Hello, everybody. This is Empress Pamela. Welcome to Nuggets of Wisdom, the series Be a Modern Master. This is part 5. Initiation into the Order of Melchizedek. Let me just show you spelling of the name. Okay. In 2013, I was working really hard for a type A personality. That means my usual working day was 16 hours long, and I was traveling way too much. I was exhausted. This is Deborah King speaking, just so you know. Naturally, I wore out and got sick, so I couldn't go teach at a scheduled workshop. I was so sick that I was contemplating quitting my work, giving myself more time for rest and fun. Then someone suggested I show up at the workshop through Skype, something I had never done before. So there I was, sitting in my home office in front of my computer, wearing my PJs. I had a 102-degree fever and looked deathly ill, despite the makeup I had attempted. Eric, who had gone to the workshop to help and was looking at me over Skype, said, "Can't you put on some makeup? You look like hell." Sitting at home by myself with no cameras or cameramen pointing at me, I felt invisible, like I was chatting over the phone with a friend. I was in the midst of working with a younger mother of 4 kids who had stage 4 breast cancer when Archangel Michael showed up, and the 3 of us, Michael, the mother, and I, all merged. Despite, or because of, the trials the mother was going through, she was spiritually ready for an initiation, which she received through me. Suddenly, I heard a male voice speaking directly in my ear. It said, "You are the Order of Melchizedek." Wow, what was that? I had to look it up. Initiation into the Order of Melchizedek. I was fascinated by what I had learned about the Order of Melchizedek. One of the first things I found was that the various mystery schools around the world are based on this order's teachings about the path to mastery, our human journey to spirit. In the long ago past, Melchizedek temples taught their initiates how to receive and develop their spiritual gifts, which were used to help humanity to liberation. This is the path that the sutras put us on. Many people study the teachings of Melchizedek order during sleep, often working with this group on the inner planes for many years before they become an initiate in this order. Once the declaration has been made, you must intend to be of conscious service to spirit. You are also more in touch with the spiritual hierarchy and the ascended masters. Why had I suddenly heard this voice and received this initiation? Because I had gotten out of my own way. I was feeling invisible, sitting there, feverish in my pajamas. I was humbled by having gotten sick. I wasn't preening for the camera, and although I wasn't feeling well, I still diligently did my meditation and practiced my sutras. In other words, I was ripe for an experience that brought me a huge influx of initiatory energy. Initiation and the Sutras. Initiations are blissful experiences. Your heart opens, tears fall from the overflow of love in your heart, and you are spiritually uplifted into the next level of consciousness. And it's the practice of the sutras that will take you there and help you climb the ladder of initiation until you reach the goal of personal mastery and liberation. There is a reason I am giving you these special teachings about the sutras. I want you to be able to initiate as soon as possible so you can be of service. You may not yet be conscious of wanting to be that person, but that's the main reason you came here to Earth. The world is in trouble these days with everything from climate change and the polluted environment to the politics of hatred and division. I'm teaching you the sutras so you will be able to initiate and help to lift up the world by bringing your special gift to humanity. Your service to the world can be anything. I once spoke with a window washer who was delighted at being able to let the windows she cleaned bring in more light. You can bring in more light in any way imaginable. Maybe you are gifted as a teacher who can help your students to appreciate their self-worth. Or you are in the medical profession with the gift of bringing peace of mind to your patients. You can even be a lawyer, like I am, who morphs into an energy healer. It seems that these days initiations are happening far more frequently to keep up with the needs of our planet. The world has grown so fast with over 7.4 billion people crowding our precious blue marble. And we've made such vast leaps in our technological ability to spread energy, whether negative or positive, that we need many more light workers. There are more and more initiations taking place into higher awareness so we can heal the world from the inside out. And the more of you who diligently practice the sutras, the more initiated light workers we will have. The Melchizedek order. Let's go back for a moment and look a little more closely at Melchizedek and his order. You may know as little about him as I first did. The name Melchizedek comes from the Hebrew. Malki is mother and Sedek is father. So Melchizedek encompasses both masculine and feminine energies. Certain Gnostic sects believe Melchizedek incarnated first as Adam. Adam, Adama in Hebrew, means clay or earth. In other words, Adam is the term for an incarnation for a container that holds spirit. From there, the Gnostics have Melchizedek incarnating as Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, as Joshua, the compatriot of Moses, as Joseph, the firstborn of Jacob and Rachel, and as Jesus himself. The underlying principle of the Melchizedek order is to prepare you for ascension into the fifth dimension by mastering your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual states, which is the path of initiation. The evolved beings in this order who have elected to stay and serve humanity, the Buddhists call them bodhisattvas, can move freely through all the 144 dimensions that make up our particular octave of the universe. Their task is to raise your vibrational frequency so you can unify with your own higher self and ultimately with the source of all. The name Melchizedek is given to someone who has passed the initiations into the order and has a fully opened heart. It is not an initiation to be taken lightly. Many beings who are part of the Great White Brotherhood, including the Ascended Masters, are in the order. No matter their religion or lineage, no matter what sacred planet or dimension they live on, every saint, guru, and spiritual master goes through a Melchizedek initiation. As a matter of fact, there are those who claim that the ancient order of Melchizedek became the Brotherhood of Light, or the Great Brotherhood. Some say that Melchizedek came to Earth before it was finished being formed. When the human realm developed, when the star beings began to descend into bodies on the physical plane in Lemuria for the great experiment of combining free will with spiritual awareness, The spirit of Melchizedek incarnated and was there to guide and uplift these beings who had become trapped in the illusion of the physical plane. When Atlantis came to a violent end, most of mankind lost its connection to its spiritual origins. The spirit of Melchizedek then established the Egyptian mystery schools to elevate mankind's awareness. Some who achieved states of higher consciousness left Egypt and went to work with Melchizedek in Salem, a town in the Caucasus Mountains, to found a community there. Melchizedek is mentioned in the Old Testament as the king of Salem. By the way, Salem means peace, which makes Melchizedek the king of peace. That historical Melchizedek is described in the Old Testament as receiving tithes from Abraham, and he foreshadows Catholic communion by giving Abraham bread and wine. Melchizedek is, however, more than just the name of someone who lived on earth in various incarnations and founded his order. It also stands for the cosmic priesthood that exists on every dimension of the spiritual planes. Melchizedek was called the priest of the Most High God. During initiation in the order, the seal of the priesthood is placed directly on your spirit, which then remains in the priesthood forever and is carried over when reincarnating. Jesus, like Melchizedek, also combines the roles of high priest and king of peace. In the letter to the Hebrews in the New Testament, Jesus is identified as a priest forever in the order of Melchizedek. Catholic priests, even today, are ordained in the order of Melchizedek. In Islam, Melchizedek is known as one of the permanent imams who, throughout all ages of history, guide the people of earth. Known as the one true spiritual priesthood, the order of Melchizedek spans centuries of recorded history. It appears in the Rosicrucian, Masonic, and other mystery schools during the Renaissance, when many initiates of the order were involved in the political upheavals going on in Europe. Today's initiates are also involved in the social and political aspects of our spiritual evolution in order to raise consciousness. Can you remember a lifetime when you served in the temples of the great ancient civilizations? A lifetime when you were dedicated to reaching your highest spiritual potential so you could better help to relieve the suffering of humanity? Perhaps it is that lifetime or many lifetimes of pursuing your sacred purpose that have brought you to this course to reawaken your desire for initiation in the higher spiritual realms. The spirit of Melchizedek can help you to think beyond any limitations or boundaries. It can help your exploration of your truth beyond what you can see, feel, or experience on earth. It will help you to trust in your intuition and to connect with the greater universe that is within you and to connect with your true life purpose. So that concludes part 5 of Be a Modern Master. See you in part 6.